Thank you guys for being here. This will be a fun call. We're gonna be shifting a few paradigms in terms of um, winner's mindset. This is kind of a one-off from not last week's, but 2 weeks ago's call, our last biweekly call. That one was about self-sabotage and just getting out of like the thought process that prevents you from moving forward. And this takes a part of the winner mindset in that slide or in one of the slides, and I just expand on it. So you should watch the video. It's on YouTube, but we'll go into it. So winner's mindset, this is kind of related to what I learned in the mastermind this weekend, masterclass. So what is winning? Winning is just being able to create a desired outcome based on your effort, right? This can be applied to experiences, tasks, mindset, breakthroughs, breaking cycles, whatnot. So whatever winning is for you, that you can just apply that. So by definition, the desired outcome is your point B. And point B is an experience. It's a task, it's a mindset, and it's a breakthrough in your mind's eye. So if winning is a desired outcome based on your mind's eye, then winning must be a perception. Okay. So winning is just a perception of what you believe is desired outcome to be, like why you want to get there. And if winning is a perception, we have the power to change how we win, right? And a lot of people don't understand that. And I've been really going deep on this these last few days and trying to help me rewire some patterns that I have about winning in general. So when we play the game, we are very powerfully abusive with the rules of our own goals. So if winning is a perception, we have to play the game without being powerfully abusive. So if your current, like for example, if your current situation is just you have no experience tracking macros, and then your goal, your point B is my goal this month is to track 4 to 5 days every week. And 2 weeks in, you tell yourself, I only tracked 3 days this week and last week. Do you perceive that as a failure? And why? If anyone wants to come off mute and like, if you were in that situation, would you perceive yourself as a failure? Or even in the chat? And again, this can apply to like anything, any task, any experience, any goal that you have that you don't fully meet. Oh, wait. Okay, there we go. Sebastian. We've been in the exact situation and you helped me learn that that was part of the process. Exactly. Okay, there you go. And we'll go deeper into why. So in retrospect, it wasn't a failure. Perfect. There we go. So if you zoom the fuck out in the moment, it felt like one. Yeah, I can get that. I understand that completely. And we'll understand why it feels like that in just a minute. Because I want to help you understand why. So I want to obviously help you zoom the fuck out because you started from 0 days, right? The current situation is you have no experience tracking. And you did 3 days out of the week. And your goal was 4 to 5. That's 300% better than where you started. 0 to 3. Even one day is 100% better. And yet you still feel like you didn't hit your goals and you failed. But this is progress and this is celebration worthy. And a lot of people don't give themselves the time or the grace to celebrate, even the small wins. So that comes from the all or nothing mindset. So what is that? I used to have this around food, around training, around homework when I was in college. It was a nightmare. The all or nothing, I'm just going to label it AON because it's easier to say that. The AON mindset applies to fitness habits, goals, nutrition, free meals, work, relationships, literally anything you can think of, where it creates a space where your energy and attention are focused on lack. I should have underlined lack. But lack is a mindset that focuses only on what you don't have and not recognizing what you do have or what you have accomplished. Take that. I want you guys to reread that, or I'll reread it. Fuck. It's a mindset that focuses on what you don't have and not realizing or recognizing what you do have or what you have accomplished. And that's why I tell you guys to zoom the fuck out. Therefore, if you continue focusing on everything that you don't have, you'll never be grateful for where you're at now. Oh, I don't have the body of my dreams yet, but you lost 30 pounds. Oh, I haven't been able to track fully yet. I haven't been able to track a full week yet, but you're tracking 4 to 5 days out of the week and you started from 0. Just giving yourself grace and giving yourself space to celebrate the small wins and the small goals and being grateful for the progress that you've made is super fucking important. And we'll go into the mindset around that later. So why does it continue to show up? Because it's easy to be on both ends of the extreme. And that's what all or nothing mindset. It's an extreme. You're on both polar ends of the extreme. One extreme being, fuck this, I'm giving up, I'm surrendering to God. I'm surrendering all this to Mexican, like my parents have this thing where they're like, I'm going to give it all to God. God can do it. You ever see those people that are like super religious? I'm just going to give it all to God. God can do whatever he wants to do. And then there's other people that go, I'm going to track every single day for the next 4 weeks and give themselves an all or nothing mindset. They have to do it or they're a failure. So, do you know why it's hard though? Because celebrating your wins, regardless of where you're at, because progress is still progress. Your trend, you've seen all your weight graphs. They all look like this. They look like a stock chart. And then when I zoom out to the year or to the 6-month chart, it's still trending in the direction that we want to go. But understand there's a difference between celebrating consistent small wins versus being complacent and comfortable with your progress. It's a very fine line there. Remember that. Being complacent with your progress and celebrating the small wins consistently because you know that you're snowballing and you're using this snowball momentum to get where you want to go. So this looks like weeks 1 through 3. You're tracking macros 3 to 4 days, you plateau, and then we adjust. Weeks 4 through 5, we track macros 4 to 5 days. That's progress. Weeks 5 through 6, we track macros 4 to 5 days and hit protein consistently. Weeks 6 through 7, you track 4 to 5 days, you're hitting protein, you're introducing more whole food. You're stacking habits, you're stacking wins. Complacency looks like this. You're tracking macros for 3 to 4 days. It's the same thing as week 1 through 3 in the first one. Weeks 4 through 5, you do 4 to 5 days. Weeks 5 through 6, you track macros 4 to 5 days, and you have inconsistent protein intake for the last 6 weeks. Week 6 through 7, you track macros back down to 3 to 4 days because it feels overwhelming, and you weren't able to track 4 to 5 days or hit inconsistent protein intake. But see how it went up from 3 to 4 days to 4 to 5 days, and then we went back down to where we started, to point A. That's the all or nothing mindset, and that's what I see. That's a huge pattern that I see, not in you guys, but in general, people that start their fitness journey. Some people in here have done that, and to break out of it, we're going to talk about that. But so, where are you setting your goals for yourself and label yourself as a failure when you don't accomplish them? I want you guys to take a screenshot of this or write it down somewhere, but ask yourself that question in a journal. Where are you setting goals for yourself and label yourself as a failure when you don't accomplish them? Very important question. You guys, I'll give you guys a second to write it down or screenshot it. If you don't have a notebook, it would help because I'm gonna give you guys more questions in a little bit, and I'm gonna ask you to write them down. So, oh, I literally said write it down. So stacking easy wins. Okay, so this is a slide from I keep saying last week. The previous bi-weekly call that we had on the presentation, it's not the exact same, but it's very similar. This is the accumulation phase that I take most of you through. We accumulate small wins in the direction that we're trying to go instead of going balls to the wall from the gate. Imagine in week 1 I handed you macros and told you to start lifting at RPE 9 to 10. None of you don't even know what that means. So we don't do that. Instead, we dial in technique, we dial in range of motion, strength, mobility, nutrition habits, awareness around food, food quality, protein intake, water intake slowly over time. If I told you to start drinking a gallon and a half tomorrow, you wouldn't be able to do it. If I told you to start eating 1.5 your body weight in protein, you wouldn't be able to do it tomorrow. So we do these things slowly so it's sustainable, fun, and easy. So weeks 1 through 3, you look like drinking 2 to 3 bottles and an extra 20 ounces can be an easy win to stack. Another one can be adding an extra meal and then adding 4 meals a day consistently, and then 5 when we're around weeks 4 through 6. It can look like adding an extra 30 minutes to your walk. So every week we add 1 to 2 small goals and adapt over time to help the subconscious become familiar to the changes. Because remember, Ash and I have drilled this into your head, I'm sure. Remember that big changes is a threat to your subconscious, to your ego. That's what causes stress. That's what prevents you from moving forward. So whenever you try and go balls to the wall from the gate, your ego's like, fuck this shit. Go back to what you know. Swim back. Go back to your original life, your original habits. Self-sabotage. So we're in a video game though. And this part I'm gonna have fun with because this is kind of what I learned about this weekend. You all seen The Matrix, so I just called it the video game instead of The Matrix. But we create our own rules in this game of consistency and winning. We create our own rules. So when you, like, for example, when you face a boss in a video game and you do attempt after attempt, do you give up? Or do you say, I think that was a good attempt. I was so close. Let me try again. I know I can do it. That's a small win celebration, right? Like you're kind of hyping yourself up to do the thing because you've done it and you know every attempt you're getting a step closer. And you get a dopamine hit from that small celebration. So when you get a small dopamine hit, you attempt again and again until your skills match, your energy matches to what is required to defeat the boss, right? And then you truly celebrate when you beat the boss. You reach point B. And then you get excited for the next boss because you like the challenge. All this dopamine, all this progress, you snowball momentum into actually winning. And maybe the next boss you do is twice as many attempts, but it doesn't stop you. And that's just an example. But here's the caveat. A video game in this example is designed by someone else. Your video game, your fitness journey, is designed by you. And yet here you are setting yourself up for failure when it's easy to rewrite the rules so you can win. I'll repeat that again. Here you are setting yourself up for failure when it's easy to rewrite the rules so you can win. Creating your own rules in this game? What the fuck? Oh, I duplicated that slide. My bad, ignore that. Okay, this is the one. So if this journey is a game and you are the creator and the designer and the player and the operating system, then every obstacle you encounter, the boss, the mission, the quest, whatever you want to fucking call it, is designed by you. And every boss that is designed by you is a perception of your current situation, right? The obstacle that you're in now is a perception of your current situation. If you're at point A and you're trying to bounce to the next micro goal and you're not at point B yet, that boss that you're facing on that journey to point B is a perception of your current situation. And by perception is subjective. Like we talked about I keep saying last week. I'm just going to say last week anyway. Last call like this. Your perception is subjective. Reality is subjective. So therefore, this obstacle you created is perceived to be difficult for now. I put that in there for now. You perceive it to be difficult. Oh shit, this shit's so hard. I'm never going to get to point B. I'm never going to lose the weight. I'm never going to gain the muscle. I'm never going to be able to track the food. I'm never going to be able to build the habits because of XYZ. It's hard until it's easy. You start building habits, you start snowballing momentum. You've got that snowball momentum into the direction you're trying to go. So how can we make it less difficult? It's your game, it's your rules. You set the goalpost, but you change it every week, every month, every season. There will be a gap without gratitude and celebration. That's the caveat. Like I said, if you're not grateful for where you're at now and you're just focusing on everything that you don't have, there's always going to be a gap without gratitude, without celebration. So an example like this would be, I want to lose 20 pounds in the next 60 days. And you only lose 15 in 60 days. What would you do here? Write it down. I'll give you guys a minute because I have two examples. I'll give you guys exactly a minute. Or you can just think about it in your head. Either way. Next example. I want to lose 20 pounds in the next 60 days. You lose 10 pounds in 30 days. You're halfway there at the halfway mark. You get cocky. I said coffee. You get cocky, confidential. Jesus Christ. You get cocky, confident, and egotistical at that point. You're like, instead of 10 pounds, I want more. I think I can do 15 in 60 days instead, an extra 15. So, and you still only lose 15 pounds in 60 days. So, do you see how the third or the fourth point, instead of 60 pounds, instead of 10 pounds more, I think I can do 15 pounds more before the 60 days. So in total, this example wanted to lose 25. I wasn't super specific, but the total was 25 pounds in 60 days. And you still only lose 15 pounds in 60 days. So the point B, the results for both examples are the same. Now, in the last example, and this happens a lot, I do this. Some people in here do this. What would you do here? Write it down. What would you feel here? What would you do here? Write both examples down or just keep it in your mind's eye, either way. Most of you probably said you feel like a failure, not enough, could have done better, sad, low energy. How can we rewrite that story? In example one, you still lost 15 pounds in 60 days instead of 20. That's a huge accomplishment for anyone. When you accomplish, you celebrate. And that's positive energy and feedback. Like I said, when you do attempt after attempt, in that video game example, you're going to still try because you got really close. And it should give you a dopamine hit from feeling like you're getting close. So be grateful for your progress. An example two, you moved to the goalpost because you got confident. You got halfway, you lost 10 pounds in 30 days, and then I want an extra 5 pounds. So since you're the designer of your own game and you're the designer of your own game and you set yourself up to lose by doing so. Instead, keep the goalpost where it's at, regardless of how well or how bad you're doing. Stop moving the goal when you're 50%, 75%, 98% there. Like you move it when you get there. And then you create another realistic goal after that to maintain your progress in the direction you want to go. So you would still keep that original goal, because not being grateful for the progress, even at that halfway mark and celebrating, prevents you from moving forward. Does that resonate? Even this can apply to anything, training, anything. So, wow, okay, ignore this. We duplicated twice. Holy shit. Okay, ignore that. Anchor. We mentioned you feel like a failure when the goal isn't accomplished. By the way, I wrote these slides last night and this morning because the event that I was at, so that's why those duplicated slides are there. So I swear I actually took the time to think about this. So we mentioned that you were a failure when your goal isn't accomplished. And we also talked about this in the previous group call. What identity do you have that is telling you that? What identity is telling you that you're a failure when your goal is accomplished? There's a version of you, there's an identity of you, whether it's even a few months ago, that's telling you that you're not worthy of what you're trying to accomplish. I want you to write that down too. Take a screenshot. There's a lot of writing down here, so take screenshots because these are important questions to ask yourself. I'll let you guys write that down. This is your anchoring identity. What do I mean by that? This identity has chained you to old habits and it tricks you into making some progress, but that progress is finite, right? The chain length is finite. You can only go so far and you can only get so close to your goal before you're pulled back. And you always come crawling back. Oh, my old identity, old habits, I can't go any further. You have to let go of your identity. Like right now. You have to let go of your identity. And this is your permission to let go. If you haven't had permission from anyone else, if you've created an identity from past trauma, from situations, experiences where you weren't able to do the hard things and you were always telling yourself that you were a failure or you're unworthy or you weren't worthy of celebrating even the small wins because you had higher expectations, this is your permission. How do we give ourselves permission though? And how do we let go? What are thoughts and actions and habits and labels and environments that identity thrives in? Ask yourself that. I want you to write it down. 2 write downs. Take a screenshot. Your goal now is to get out of this toxic awareness. Me and Ash call it toxic awareness all the time because you allow those triggers to come up, you become aware of them, you're aware of your feelings when they come, and then you do nothing to change them. That's toxic awareness. You hear it all the time. Oh yeah, I'm super aware, but I'm not going to do a goddamn thing about it. I'm too comfortable. I'm too familiar with my old situation. I'm too happy with this identity that I have now. Complacent. Complacency is scary. Now, you have to catch them in the moment. Slowly move out of it. Like I said, slow and sustainable is going to win, not balls to the wall out of the gate. An ego hates big and fast. We don't want that. Once you gain momentum in the direction you're trying to go, once you gain momentum in the direction of your new identity, and you see it, you feel it, you'll be able to compound more and more and make bigger changes without it feeling scary. So once you gain that momentum, you're gonna be able to see like this shit isn't actually that bad. It was just a blip. And then or you actually do it in the moment and you tell yourself that's all it was. That's all I was afraid about. And again, I put subjective in there because this is all a perception, right? Your identity is even a perception of your reality. You can see your reality is a perception. Sorry, your reality is a manifestation and from a perception of your old identities. If you have an old identity of unworthiness or that you don't look great enough because of some trauma from the past, then you're gonna feel never worthy enough, even when you achieve the body of your dreams because you were never grateful or you're focused on what you don't have. So take that in. This is the mask. So the identity, I should have done point after point. Don't read ahead. Identity is the strongest filter of our reality. As a man thinketh, so is he. It's in the Bible. I don't read the Bible. I take very important points from the Bible, though. If we identify as unworthy, we're going to go back to old habits, like I said earlier. If you continue feeling unworthy and you don't take gratitude and time to appreciate all the progress you've made, all the habits are going to come up. So what fuels identity though? And that's the part I was asking myself this most of this weekend. I was like, what fuels my old identities? Where attention goes, energy flows. Energy and attention, right? You give your old identities energy and attention, you are fueling the fire yourself. You are the source. Nothing in your external. Remember that. Not your family, not your friends, not your relationship, no one. You are the fuel, not them, not it, not the place, you. So if your attention is consistently on why am I like this creates resistance, right? And what is resistance? Well, the more it resists, the more it persists, which is the law of attraction. You can even think about it as magnetism as well. Whenever two things, the two polar opposites of a magnet resist each other, they get pushed apart. No, opposite, sorry. No, actually, forget what I just said. I don't even know where I was going with that. The magnet analogy doesn't work there. So how do we shift our energy and attention though? So I'm creating a new method for this, for you guys, and for me as well, obviously, because I've seen a lot of different steps that I take you guys through to kind of help you develop all the thoughts and the habits and everything that you want to go through, obviously through the consciousness that we're working with and through the mindset shifts. So this is just an idea for now. I'm still working on it. But the first step is usually awareness. Second step is usually a shift in application. The last step is energy, or the third step is energy, and the last step is development. There's going to be more detail on this later. That was just in there for me to remember to do that. So you can ignore it or you can look forward to it. So here's the matrix. So let's dig a little deeper on identity. The identity is created by you, and you have been molded by your environment, people, experiences, right? So if your perception of reality based on your current or past identity is merely a projection based on your personally filtered data, like into your subconscious and your conscious, and we know that your subconscious is like the majority of what you filter data through, right? Your subconscious is what holds all your fucking memories, even through the womb. The way we personally filter data is based off of a personal belief system, an identity, a language, a memory. Like I said earlier, you're going to be able to see the world, perceive the world through all identities of you because you're anchored to that identity and you haven't let go. It's so strong that the filter is all you see. And that's how you see the world. So that means that, again, our reality is personal and reality is subjective to the individual. You all have a different reality of the world, not a reality of the world. You all have a different view of the world, perception of the world because of your experiences, your trauma, your identities, your environment, your people. They all molded you. So if reality is subjective, like I said in the very beginning of this, you have the power to change it. You can write the rules of how you win. You have the ability to create the game. You're the designer, the creator, the player, the operating system. That's a good one. I'm going to probably coin that somewhere. Does that make sense so far? I keep fucking forgetting to put an ending slide. There's no ending slide. That's the end. So, yeah, if we have any reflections, I'd love to hear them because it was a lot. Or if you want me to go back to any slides, let me know. If we have any like questions, even I'm open from, or even challenges. Damn, did I brain fuck everyone? Miguel raised his hand. How do I?
I
Uh,
don't know. Oh, my fault. My fault. I didn't mean to raise my hand. I was taking my mic off. But yeah, I got a big win. The first thing when you was talking about the tracking your macros. You know what I'm saying? As far as that, I started like that. I wasn't tracking. You know, and then I started tracking, and then it got better. You know what I'm saying? It
mhm.
was really all about staying focused, consistency for real. Big win. Getting the body I wanted. Thanks to my boy Mike. Um,
Love that, dude.
but
What were your like ways to celebrate as you were going through what we were going through? Like, what did you do? What was your body language? What was your attitude?
um, the body language was like performance wise. I'm gonna say that performance wise, I was advancing. You know what I'm saying? But um, me in my head, I was like, man, I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it. I ain't gonna see no results on myself type thing.
Mhm.
But once I got into it and I started figuring out how to eat more whole foods and start, eating simple things that don't make you big. So I
Mhm.
really figured that out. So that was a big win for me. So like right now, I'm still, I'm, I'm still cut. Well, not cutting, but I'm still staying at that same fat phase that I was at. Like
Yeah,
it's not going back up. You know what I'm saying? So I figured that out. So that's a big win for me.
there you go. Love that, dude. So now, like, what did you do to celebrate at every stage
Uh,
for yourself? Just curious.
from celebrate. Shit,
Yeah, like when you were, yeah, when we were sticking to the process, when you didn't psych yourself out of the process in general, how did you celebrate?
Uh, how did I celebrate those? I don't know. I was just really more happy, basically off my
Okay.
pictures and the weights type thing. It was basically like that. Like
Okay.
the celebration, it wasn't like no drinking or nothing. I don't know. Like celebrating, I ain't about no cake or nothing. But like when you say celebrating, like it was more like basically showing the people around me that like you could do
Exactly.
this too. Like it's like it's easy. Like,
There
stop
you go.
eating that. Like this right here is better. You know what I'm saying? Fast food ain't good. You can cook that at home real quick and simple.
Yeah.
So yeah, my
So
biggest thing was basically showing people that they can do it too. Basically,
there you go. Okay. So you were like sharing the love, sharing the knowledge,
basically, yeah, that's it right there.
and you were just you were more grateful.
Right.
Sounds like you had
Sure,
like a
sure.
grateful attitude about it.
Yep.
Yeah. And that
And
showed up in
it's like it turned more into like a lifestyle other than like
Mhm.
stressful. You know what I'm saying? So like right now, like yesterday, I really try like not putting it in, but like I try to eat the same food. Like I really weighed out, but I'm like, all right, we ain't gonna put it in. We just gonna see how we is. But everything was really solid. Like
There you go.
foods, like I ate on time, snacks, good yogurt bowls. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
that's what it was.
Nice, dude. Fuck yeah. Love that. Good shit. And you're
Yeah.
still keeping that off.
Hell yeah! Like I'm still
All right.
keeping it 17%. Like I'm still good.
Fuck yeah.
Uh, hey, I ain't trying to go no more higher than that.
We'll figure it out down the road.
You know
But
what I'm saying? That's it. That's it.
there you go. Hell yeah, dude. Love it. This is good.
Oh yeah, but this is a good little weekly thing. I'm glad I got to join this week because usually I'll be at the gym busy. So
I know.
this time I got in a little early. I'm like, man, I gotta make this one for Mike.
Thank you, bro. I'm trying to get everyone to come on more the bi-weekly so I can hold them more and kind of get into the
Right.
get everyone to build a little more community and kind of like see what I have to offer for mindset. Because I do one-on-one mindset, obviously with all of you, but this is more of like patterns that I see with everyone. So
Yeah. Right. Yeah. 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 People do got patterns. Like the one thing with the like shit. Sometimes shit. I told you like shit. My chest is great, but I just was like fuck that chest. You know what I'm saying? Like fuck it. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? My
yeah,
shoulder's shitty. We ain't gonna do it. We just gonna pump it, make it look good. Fuck it. Everything else gonna get big. Cause I'm solid everywhere else. But my shoulders they burnt out. But shit, it is what it is. We gonna keep it pimping, man.
you're still good, bro. You still
Oh
we're
yeah,
still
you already know.
moving the direction we want to go.
Hell yeah, that's it.
That's it. Oh yeah. Good reflections, brother.
Oh yeah, you already know.
Anyone else have any reflections? Or even just the questions that I asked, where I asked you to write it down?
Um, I was really happy when you used the video game analogy because it made so much sense to me. As
Okay.
someone who plays video games a lot, I go through the habit of finding a boss I can't defeat and doing it over and over
Mm-hmm.
and slightly getting better.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized I needed to put more of that mindset into my myself
Mm-hmm.
and my fitness journey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What does that look like for you?
Tracking more consistently, getting up when I'm feeling down and moving around.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand more of why you said do the voice memos instead
Mm-hmm.
of writing everything down.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that my perception, my like everything that I see that's wrong with me right now is because I'm used to being quiet, just
Mm-hmm.
watching and analyzing and not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I have trouble communicating now. So I need to take and start speaking up for myself, and the voice memos are a good beginning process for that.
Love that, dude. Okay. And what does consistency look like for you in doing all of that?
Whenever I feel upset, voice, if I can't voice it to the person who's making me upset, taking and voice it in the voice memo, tracking consistently what it is. If I can't do it every day, at least do it at least multiple days a week. Move it again up and move it, moving more.
Okay. Good.
Taking just taking the small steps to taking the small steps to accumulate the small wins, so I
Mhm.
could eventually have that big win.
Yep. There you go. Love that, dude. Good shit. Yeah. It's all stacking small habits, small wins in your favor. So you understand that it doesn't have to be hard. And not everyone, once you get enough momentum going, you can make bigger jumps down the road. I'm pretty sure I added that somewhere in here, but I didn't apparently. But as you go, like as the snowball turns into a medium to a fucking a large snowball, it just compounds and you can make bigger jumps, making the changes so that the change doesn't feel as scary as it did before. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Solid. Love that, dude. Yeah, just keep stacking wins, dude, and just whenever you feel it, get out of that toxic awareness and actually do something about it. Because you know you want to change. Just a matter of keeping the promises to yourself. Good shit, bro. David, I saw you come off mute. I don't know if you wanted to say anything or not.
Yeah, like just right after like our one-on-one call, like as we're talking about this, I'm like, well, I feel like you almost planned this as after like every week. that we're talking. You have a presentation, and I feel like it's it always speaks to me. And
Yeah.
this one where you're talking about toxic awareness, I'm like, God damn it! I had a feeling it's me.
It's not always you though. That's what
I
I'm saying.
no 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 no. No, I don't mean like your presentations, but
Yeah.
but like as far as like the toxic awareness, because like I felt it like this week. I was thinking in my voice memo that I did like on Thursday. I did two of them back to back. I did one, and I went to a store. I came out with another, and I was just saying there like I am myself um like I am kind of okay. I'm doing the stuff. I'm tracking most days. I am doing I'm doing what I'm supposed to for the most part. I'm getting my steps in, but but some of the small disciplines that I should be, because I started off like tracking perfectly every day. You know, I
Mhm.
was doing that for months. I was doing it very, very well, and I got sick, kind of fell off, and then I had visitation. I let like long story short, external circumstances. I allowed the external circumstances um, dictate the outcomes of
Whether
of
you
what
do
I'm trying to. Yeah.
the
So, and
close.
that sucks. That sucks because I'm aware of that. I'm aware of it, and and I'm not holding myself to the fire on it. And because I'm also giving myself a break, but I feel like I should. Everybody deserves a break. Everybody deserves a little bit of time, but at the same time, it's like bro, really that you couldn't track, you couldn't weigh that pineapple, like like you couldn't, you're forgetting to input this. Like how do I know that the carbs I'm having is exactly right? Like I'm not doing myself my justice. And although like I've progressed and I've done very well, I've lost quite a bit of body fat. Like I'm only 20% there of
Like
what my actual goal is. I'm only 20% there. I'm getting the compliments, and I have like the surrounding my environment, my support system, like reflecting to me. But yet I stay stagnant for various weeks, and it's because I'm not taking care of myself the way that I should.
the way
And
that you do or the way that you want to. Because taking care of yourself is a choice, bro. Like you don't have to take care of yourself. Or you
right,
not everyone should take care of themselves. Some people it's a choice. And when you
yeah,
put power into your hands, you're like, I you get to do this shit. You get to take care of yourself. You have that privilege to do so.
yeah,
And not beating yourself about not being able to do it sometimes, that's okay. But you know
yeah,
that what you're capable of is much more. You know that you can do better, you know that you can improve, and you know that you get to improve. So it's just kind of shifting the perspective around that. Like it sounds like you're trying to beat yourself up around not doing enough. That's not enoughness. That's more of like I said earlier, you're operating from a place of I'm kind of focusing on what I don't have yet and not being really grateful for what I have. You just said like I lost only quite a bit. Dude, quite a bit of body fat. Dude, you lost a shit ton. You're like literally melting it off. And you're only 20% there. What if you're 30 or 50? You just don't know it yet because you haven't reached that goal point yet.
yeah. You're right.
And that's okay.
Yeah, I just feel because I'm happy with my progress. I don't know that I've celebrated it, but I love the way that I look right now,
Okay.
compared to where I started. Like I really do.
That's good.
I'm wearing clothes that I've had in my closet for years that never fit before. Never. I will put it on instantly. Too small. Need to put on an old shirt because that this shirt does not fit. And these clothes, my belt. I'll post a picture. Eventually, like pretty soon. I have to get a new belt. My belt doesn't fit no more. It's too
Yeah.
big. And
Well,
that's that. That's a
Bro.
big, yeah, that's a big fucking deal.
That is.
And I'm very proud of that. Um, but I don't want. But sometimes in my head, I'm like, I don't want to. I want to keep doing better for me. I want to keep going. I want to to continue working hard just because I'm happy with the results and I'm happy with these small movements. I don't want to stagnate. I still want to continue because like I know I could keep I know I can get that dream physique and I have it. I see it. And the small sabotages that I have, I need to not allow those external things affect do the things that is doing to my progress.
Mhm.
Because although I'm not gaining weight, I'm not getting bigger, I'm not regressing, but I'm not moving forward, and I will. I just need to continue practicing my self love.
Yeah. Keep practicing gratitude, keep practicing self-love, and obviously zoom the fuck out. Like look at all the progress that you've made thus far. And like you said, you don't think that you celebrated it yet. So how can you moving forward celebrate small wins like that? Even if it's just in the mirror or in the scale or where your clothes fit, like what are indicators that help you see you're making a shit ton of progress and help you celebrate them? It's a deep question, I know.
Also, I'm not really sure.
Yeah,
I would love to hear like someone else kind of like tell me um like how because sometimes like I don't know how to celebrate it myself. But I love to hear someone else like you know that is going through something similar. Tell me what they've done. How do they do it?
Miguel. Yeah, there you
I think I think everything that you should do for real is just think everything you're doing right now is the best. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, you're already on the good track right now. So everything you should be thinking like, shit, I'm on the best track right now. Every day I wake up trying to get better. Feel me? Because that's what I do. Feel me? I wake up every day and I just be like, bro, I got to get better at what I'm doing. You know, and then I talk to Mike. He be like, no, you ain't got to do all that. Don't rush it. He always say, don't rush it. So, like he said, take your time, take the time, don't rush it. You know what I'm saying? Always think everything you're doing is the best. It's better than the person next to you. You feel me? It's
go.
always the best. Even if you think theirs is better than yours, nope, yours is better than theirs. Why? Because you got it. They don't. You know what I'm saying? Everything you got, somebody else can have. Everything somebody else got, you can have. Feel me? So not
Yep.
everything, you know what I'm saying? Don't think like you're not doing better than this person. You're doing perfect. You know what I'm saying? Everybody doing perfect. You know what I'm saying? As long as you stay on the right track, you thinking that you better than yourself, and you knowing that you better than yourself every day, and you taking the progress out to doing the shit. Like you know what I'm saying? That's all you need. Day by day, take it day by day. You know what I'm saying? If the weight need to drop off, take it day by day. Trust me, it's
Mhm.
gonna come off. Just stick to it. Eat the same food, even if it get boring. Put a different sauce on it. Eat the same foods, man. Just like you do your dog. If you got a dog, you'll give them the same food. You should do the same because it's gonna help. It's gonna burn it all off. You're gonna be like, damn, I'm eating the same shit. I can't get fat. I can't get skinny. So what I gotta do? I just gotta digest. I just gotta. It's gonna come off. Keep walking. Keep training. Do everything you need to do. It's easy, bro. Trust me. I was there plenty of time, bro. I used to weigh 200 pounds, bro. I'm down to 160, bro. I used to weigh 200 some pounds. You hear me? So don't worry about none of that. Like that shit gonna come, man, day by day.
There you go. There you go. Good shit. That was good, dude. I do the same thing on a very similar level. I just kind of, not kind of, I write out what I want to get better at for the week, and then I break it down. Like, what are tasks that I can do that will help me attain that goal, help me get better, and try and do it in a quantitative way so it helps me measure it out. If it can't be measured, it can't be tracked. Funny how I say that because about food. Anyway, if it can't be measured, it can't be tracked. And I like tracking progress. I like seeing directions, trends, data, but also having a holistic side to it where associating a feeling of gratitude, of happiness, of love, like shit, like celebrating with your wife and having like, it could be like fucking having a cup of hot chocolate or something and watching a movie on a Friday night when you make a shit ton of progress or something. It doesn't matter. Celebrate in a small way that helps you like find joy in the process. Because again, this is a process and a journey, and if the process isn't fun, that it's not fucking worth it. It's not. Be real. And obviously, it's seasons. There's seasons where you have to like eliminate a shit ton of things to get to the goal that you want to go and sacrifice a lot. But if your goal isn't time focused, then don't fucking rush it. Just like I said, Miguel, like don't. There's no need to rush it if you don't have a time frame that you need to do something in. Because time isn't even real. Time is a perception, bro. Time is a perception too. So hope that helped.
It did.
Yay. Anyone else?
Boy, getting a smaller belt, I'm telling you, that's a big win. You hear me? That's a huge win. Get a smaller belt. Shit. Hey, that's a huge win, man.
Fitting in clothes that he's never fit in before for like years, and
Trust me, man.
bro, he was
I
showing me
thought
his,
this,
he's like, this tank top used to fit me. I used to never been able to fit this tank top. And now he's
right,
wearing tops and shit. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
you probably just need more females to be like, man, you looking good. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Just go out buy a couple new fits and just just go try some smaller clothes on, fit them in. Just be like, how this looking? You know what I'm saying? That's
I've been
it, man.
I've been trying to get a new pump cover from Mike's shop, but he doesn't have them anymore.
I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna get you a bum cover for
Yeah.
David.
I've been wanting to take this picture and I'll post it so everybody can see because I honestly want to just send it to Mike, but I'll post it because like that the whole belt thing like I even showed my a close friend just yesterday. I'm like that because I was telling him next week we'll go train together for like a day. I'll put him through Mike's training because it's good. I want to show him how to make some big arms, and I showed him my belt compared to where I was wearing it to where it started, and yeah, it's pretty wild.
Nice, dude. Thank you for bringing him into the community. Appreciate you. The more people we get into the community, the better. So, um, but yeah, what was I gonna say? We have, this is completely off topic. Um, well, can be. It can kind of relate to this because it has to do with goals, obviously. But there's a challenge. I don't know if every one of you saw challenge starting Monday. It's 8 weeks. Summer strength and shreds. If you haven't gotten the Loom video, me explaining how it works, because the point system is not just a point system. There's going to be a transformation winner and like a best athlete winner, and then the point system is based off of a method that I made. Because again, we make our own fucking rules. I can do whatever I want. So we can obviously change it and adjust it, but I wrote it last minute. So not last minute, but I wrote it that day and I sent the Loom video that day. So expect that Monday. Be hyped for it. it's going to be the transformation, obviously, is going to require progress picks every week. So if you want to be a participant and you want to win and you want to take everything we learned here and actually apply it for the next 8 weeks and see what kind of person you are at the end of the 8 weeks, you got a reason to take progress picks. I haven't announced prizes yet. That's always a surprise towards the end, but there will be prizes, obviously, and there's going to be 2 winners. So yeah, be excited for it. And there's going to be a couple people coming in for it. But any other questions, reflections? Once, twice. Okay. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate y'all. This is really good. Again, we do this bi-weekly, so not next weekend, but the weekend after that. So basically every first and third weekend of the month. And on the third weekend of the month, well, not the third weekend, the third Monday of every month, Ash does her thing too. So there's going to be 2 back-to-back ones. Sometimes mine are always about mindset, by the way. Hers are specifically more about mindset. So if I do mine on patterns that I see in the community, and I'm like, I think y'all would benefit from this. So I'm glad you guys benefit from this. We got some good value. So I'll put this up on YouTube if you guys want to rewatch it from the beginning. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the chat. I appreciate y'all. Bye.